They gave her 14 days. 14 days to pay a debt she never signed, or watch her children lose their home. She had $2, an empty rifle, and a stranger sleeping in her barn. What happened next nearly cost the bank its reputation. The house he built leaned like it might surrender to the prairie. Inside were 2 children, one barely walking, the other still nursing. Food was almost gone, water barely enough. Because sometimes holding something is better than holding nothing. The man removed his hat, left a sack on the ground. Water, beans, salt. He didn't ask to enter. He slept in the barn. And in the morning, he chopped wood. Why would a man with nothing help a widow who couldn't repay him? Clara didn't know. His name was Eli. He spoke little, worked much, fixed her fence, stacked wood, repaired the barn door. He never stepped inside without permission, never touched what wasn't offered. The children warmed to him first. Her daughter watched him split logs like he was solving a puzzle. Her son toddled toward him without fear. Clara watched from the doorway, waiting for the moment he would reveal his reason. It never came. Then came the knock. 2 men in polished boots, paper in hand. Her husband had borrowed against the land before he died. $47 owed. 14 days to pay, or the bank would take everything. They didn't look at her children. They looked at the house, at the land, at value. When they left, Clara stood still. Then that night, she broke. Not loudly, not long, just enough. Eli sat across from her, silent. Then said, "We don't need to beat them. We just need to outlast them." Because what Eli planned wasn't loud. It was patient. They documented everything, every tax receipt, every crop yield, every trade. Eli rode to nearby settlers quietly. Not asking for money, asking for witness statements. Clara prepared records the bank didn't expect a widow to have. When the men returned, they expected fear. Instead, Clara spoke first. She would take it to court. She would make it public. She would bring in witnesses. Banks do not fear anger. They fear attention. The men hesitated. That hesitation was everything. They left saying they'd review the file, which meant delay. But surviving winter wasn't the real battle. Snow melted. Mud came. Then green. They planted potatoes. Built a large table from broken fence wood her husband once cut. But to choose, she signed the land into both their names, not because she needed saving. Not fuller, stronger, but power doesn't like being embarrassed. A letter came weeks later. The debt had been reassessed, reduced, then quietly cleared. Too much documentation, too many witnesses, too much risk. The bank chose silence. Clara stood on her porch the day she read it, wind moving softer now. Eli mending fence in the distance. She realized something simple. No one saved her. She rebuilt. He just stayed long enough to help. The prairie never stopped being hard, but it stopped feeling empty. Her children laughed louder. The house stood straighter. And sometimes at dusk, when the wind rolled across the land like it always had, Clara would stand beside Eli. Not rescued, not owned, not dependent, just not alone. And on the frontier, that was everything. If this story stayed with you, subscribe. Because some of the strongest battles aren't fought with guns. They're fought by the people who refuse to leave.